Welcome to Builder Buzz by Home Nation, where we bring in builders, developers, and everyday investors to talk about one of America's biggest opportunities, affordable housing. We'll talk about real costs, explosive growth, big mistakes, and tough lessons you won't learn anywhere else. Whether you're building homes, buying land, or just building big ideas, this podcast is for you.
Hi, everyone. Today I'm sitting down with Brian with Southern Gulf Construction. They work on concrete in particular, and they're very experienced. The business has been around since 1986. The business owner loves to take the hard jobs. So emergency bridge repair that happened because of an accident, they want to take that job. Putting in a new water plant, they want to take that job. They'll even do things like small, light commercial construction, doing a restaurant, doing a Wendy's, doing an auto zone. And they also do new construction. So they'll do the flooring for a house. They'll do the slab. They'll do the walls. They'll do the framing inside. These guys know what they're doing when it comes to construction, and they're absolutely experts when it comes to concrete. So tune in on this one. I'm sure you're going to learn a thing or two.
All right. How you doing, boss?
I'm good, man. How about yourself?
Doing takeoffs as fast as I can and getting them out the door.
It's all right.
But yeah, doing good, man.
Awesome. So I really appreciate you taking some time today.
Yep.
Let us know you are with Southern Gulf Construction.
Yes, sir.
Just let us know what your position is in the company. You were saying you were doing some takeoffs just right before.
My name's Brian with Southern Gulf Construction. Been here for about 8 months now. I am the estimator for the structural and non-structural division for commercial and residential side.
Great. So help us understand what that means in layman's terms. What is it that you're doing day to day?
So my day-to-day job is to speak to other general contractors about projects that are coming out to bid for water treatment plants, commercial, residential houses and buildings, doctors' offices. We do cut out. We saw cut and replace and pour back slabs at the same time. We do some hardscape like retaining walls and gravity walls and stuff like that too. We do box culverts. So every day I'm looking anywhere in civil plans all the way into residential plans on what we're going to go after for the structural or non-structural side of concrete.
So these are big projects that you're bidding.
Well, yes, big and small. Right now, I've got 3 one-off houses here in, there's 2 in Cape Coral, 1 in Lehigh. So we are a licensed building contractor, so we can go up to 3 stories before we have to have a different license. So on these 1-story houses, we'll come in and we'll actually are a licensed concrete and roofing contractor. So we can actually take you from the ground and move you all the way up and dry it in with the roof.
Are you building new construction, or are you just pouring the walls? Pouring the foundation?
No, we'll go in and we'll do the foundation. We'll do all the slab work.
Okay.
And then we'll do the CMU wall block work. And then we can set the trusses and then turn around and do your roof in. So, then we have subcontractors that do our framing, our drywall, all of our finish trim work and stuff like that at the end. Okay.
That's when you're quoted to do the job, are you just doing the shell, or you're saying we'll do that plus all that interior you just mentioned?
That's part of my goal, is talking to the other general contractors that actually have the job. Is I ask them, what do you guys want? Do you just want me to do the or do you want me to try to do the whole thing? Because to us, we're gonna be okay in the long run, no matter what. But if I can help our partners along the way, our subcontractors, that's what I like to do, because everybody has to work together. And if we're working together, that means that, there's savings coming along. We're not out there trying to ream everybody. We want people to be in their houses and not feel like they got ripped off.
So you have builders approach you and say, hey, I've sold this deal to the customer, or I've got one here. This is the property. Can you give me a quote for it?
Yes.
And then once the customer closes or whatever, pays cash, who knows, then you commence on the job.
Yes. And then at the same time, we do water treatment plants. So
why? Yeah, sorry, go ahead.
We're out at Babcock Ranch, if you know what that is, down here in South Florida. It's its own individual community that FP&L is helping, and it's all solar panel rent. There is actual no
Ah,
nuclear powered or nothing. So we did all the wastewater
okay.
treatment facilities out there with them.
Babcock Ranch. I'm
Yep.
looking at this now. It's a planned community located in southeastern Charlotte County. So you're southwest Florida.
Yep. We're
Very nice.
and Mitchell and Stark is the one that is big GC out there, and we have been working with them for around 6 years now, doing water treatment facilities,
Why so specific? Why water treatment?
concrete.
A lot of it.
A lot of structural concrete. Some of these walls are 24 inches thick to be able to hold the weight
Yeah.
of the water coming that is the inside the settling tanks. So,
But I
go ahead.
no, you're fine.
So those are the things like we've done rehabilitation on bridges too. So we like the challenges. The water treatment plants aren't easy.
No.
A house, we've done Wendy's, we've done auto zones. We've done those small commercial buildings, but our guys, man, a lot of our foreman, he's been with us for 28 years.
Oh.
A lot of our guys are 20 plus years. They've been with us. We've won 50 guys, and 38 to 42% have been with us since 90.
Oh, well.
So these guys have been here for a long time, and they like it because they get that challenge again. Anybody can do sidewalk and stuff like that. So
Yeah.
and you go and you facilitate where your company needs to go to grow. And water treatment facilities was a big thing down here in Southwest Florida about 6 to 7 years ago. So we were able to jump on that wagon and able to grow into doing that structural side for the treatment facility.
Yeah, so that was kind of what I was thinking. Like water treatment, there are a lot more homes that need to be built than water treatment plants. Okay,
Yeah.
so how do you make sure you have enough work coming in? You're going out there estimating things. When do you get from either the higher ups or from your own understanding, like, hey, we need to quote some more houses because I know I don't have enough water treatment plants coming in?
So me and Jamie, he's my VP. He was the head estimator until they brought me on, and he's told what they have been looking for. And we keep a close niche on there's 3 more treatment plants coming up. So that's how we kind of judge on what's going on. Like, okay, we need to hit some more commercial and some residential as these are coming in so that, we can keep the guys facilitated and happy and, keep them fed.
Yeah.
And where it comes is the communication with inside the company itself of us going, okay, hey, we see that this is slowing down. Before it comes to a stop, let's jump into here real quick. On my background, coming from the civil side, I was QC manager and then a project administrator for the FDOT for the first 25 years of my life. So doing civil work is something that is very common and simple for me. So, us doing residential and commercial is great. And then I'm able to bring in doing the civil for the bridges, the roadway, the box culverts and stuff. So that's made it to where we're able to affiliate a bunch of companies in Southwest Florida instead of just focusing on 2 or 3 items. We don't have a lot of laydown time. We actually are moving the guys around a lot. Today we just got landed 2 bathrooms in Bartow, Florida to rebuild for the city of Bartow.
Oh.
So,
So it was... So say bathroom, because when I hear bathroom, okay, so it's like a bathroom remodel. That's kind of a small job. But when you say bathroom, that's not what you mean.
Well, it is. It's only 564 square feet.
Yeah.
It's not big.
No, but it's not a
It's not a normal remodel.
A shower, shower and toilet. Yeah.
Yeah. Brand new facility getting put in because they needed it at the park. So, we're going in and we're putting the men's side on one side and the ladies' side on the other. And we'll do all the forming, the footers, slab, CMU, block, and then the GC will come in and finish out the rest.
Okay, and so he'll do the roof and the interior and all that?
Yep. And, it's totally off on the side now.
No worries. Go ahead.
Yeah. So we had a contractor get a hold of us last week, and I have a meeting with him tomorrow to go over a new boat ramp going in to the Caloosahatchee. So we're going to end up going out there and doing some seawalls, doing some coping, and then doing the concrete paving into the water and stuff.
Well, now do you to a point where you're diverse with what you're doing? Like your guys, I mean, they've been there for a long time, though. Yep. You did say that. Yeah. So they pretty well could handle anything. But not any company could say, yeah, we'll do the bathroom. Yeah, we'll do that seawall. Yeah, we'll do the water treatment. Correct. Yeah, we'll do a house.
It's hard to find contractors that are very versatile in a way
Yeah.
to say that we are able to do this. The owner, he was gung ho. Kurt's a really good guy. He's been at it since 1986 with this company.
Okay.
So he's the one that has trained these guys on what to do and where to do it and how to do it. And it's one of those things where if he feels that, hey, if I can do it, my guys can do it, we're going after it.
Yeah.
These are butts. There is a new
that.
system that we're doing now. We're talking about, we talked about communities and stuff like that, and houses and stuff. And it's
okay.
And it's actually for erosion control. They put this out there on the levees in Katrina, in Louisiana before Katrina hit, and the half a mile they did with this material did not wash out like the rest of the levee did.
Oh, wow.
So we have got affiliated with Watershed out of Atlanta, Georgia, and became certified to install this material, and it's a concrete-based material. So our realm is if it has concrete, we do it.
Mm-hmm. Wow. So I did, maybe you could speak to this or a little bit of it. I don't know. I did a podcast with a gentleman just the other day, and what they're doing is he's doing a concrete house. They have this proprietary mix that they do, because I guess with concrete, you're not getting the R value that you need in some cases. And I've got this proprietary mix where he says it's an R value of 30. And they do the house, and because he's got that, you don't need to have siding on the house. You don't need to have any drywall on the inside. They might some sort of plaster finish. I don't know, but he said it's his own mix that he does, and he has his own factory that he's built. And just kind of curious what your thoughts are on that.
It's kind of interesting. I'm wondering if he's using, it's called a fiber mesh, a fiber mix, where they run the fiberglass mix in it, and that helps it with the integrity instead of having to use steel or wire mat. But to give it installation, that's kind of weird. I'm wondering if he's running like a zero air in it. A lot of concrete has air for the expansion and decompression of it when it gets hot and cold. Yeah. And that would tear into the R value too. So I'm wondering if he has that. And if he does, what is the structure, what is the actual structural integrity, and what is the PSI of the material? Down in Florida, we don't have a lot of freezing, but we are hot 99.999% of the time. We're always hot. We need an air in it because our materials get so hot it starts cracking and flaking away. So I'm just wondering, what does his material have in it? Yes, he's able to achieve the R rating, and that's great. But what did he take away to be able to get that material?
I don't know, man. I don't know. I see. I'm not well versed in concrete and those mixes and what have you, so I wasn't able to dive in a little deeper like someone like you would. So just kind of curious on what your thoughts were. But so for what you guys do though, your concrete is enough ground. You don't have to have any special sort of mix per se, though I'm sure you have requirements for certain things.
Yeah, certain mixes we do. So like if we do an emergency bridge repair. We have to have the bridge open within 24 to 72 hours. The bridge has to be open. So we'll bring in a high temp, high strength concrete that cures within 12 hours. So it'll hit 5,500 to 10,000 PSI within 3 to 4 hours after it sets.
Oh, wow.
Instead of 28 daybreak. And the reason is because traffic and it has to be opened up. Now that material, it'll come out at 100 to 150 degrees to concrete. It's so hot because there's so many chemicals in it to make the process cure faster and not eliminate the water. It's really crazy on the things that we're able to do with concrete.
Wow, that's incredible. So why is that? I mean, I imagine that's pretty expensive, so you just don't use that on a regular. Okay. Yeah.
Yeah. The main is FDOT comes in, counties come in. Hey, we had a major accident, and we need the bridge back open ASAP. What are you guys going to do? And, we have to submit our MOT plans, our lighting plans, our concrete submittals, how we're going to run the trucks, when the cure times are going to happen, and, so on and so forth. And, that's very important with concrete. There's a lot of logistics and scheduling when it comes to concrete. So it's, you got code joints in concrete. If you don't pour your concrete consecutively and do joints properly, you're going to have to come in and do a compound and do a code joint. Well, a code joint is nothing but a weak spot in the slab. And that's the last thing that you want. It's the same thing with bridges. to end box. You got a time limit, you got to set them out, and it has to be done within that time.
Yeah. Wow. So when you're doing estimates, you have to be very exact, and in some cases, you probably got to be really quick because it's an emergency repair, and they're someone today.
Yeah, ASAP. Yeah, ASAP. They need them out there. They need it ASAP. So, and what's with us is we don't rent. We own a lot of our equipment. A lot of our equipment we own. We're on 5.5 acres. So if the equipment's not here, it's on our job sites. But we always have everything at hand and ready. Not, hey, yeah, I can get you an estimate in 2 to 3 days for this emergency repair. I got to get the cost of a crane and this, that, this. No, I'm laid out in my spreadsheets. I just need to add, how many yards we're going to do, how long the bridge, my normal mathematical equations, be able to give me that. Now, when it comes to time and stuff like that one is a little bit harder. I hate using this. It's a little bit more of a guesstimating.
Yeah.
But, I have to factor in weather. I have to factor in rain. I have to, if we're doing bridges, I have to factor in the tides. If tides are coming in or high or low. So, there's a lot that goes into this. And that's where, the actual estimating for time's a little bit harder.
Yeah.
More guesstimating, because my hard costs, I know what my cost of my concrete is. I know what this cost is. I know what that cost is. Time is one of the hard things that we juggle with. And I think that's with almost every contractor.
Yeah.
That, time management is big. That makes or breaks on any of your profit at the end of the job.
Really? Tell me a little bit more about that. If your material costs, that's hard. It's the labor costs, it's the equipment rental,
and then, say, okay, we got a 500 square foot slab to do. I know it's going to take 2 days to dig it. It's going to take 1 day to lay the steel. Then it's going to take another day to do the pouring of the slab.
Mm-hmm.
But weather came in. Now it took them 5 days just to prep the slab. Now it took them 2 days to put steel in instead of 1 day. We had another rain day. Now we got to come back out and dig it all back out, fix the washouts, and redo it again.
Yeah.
Those are the things where we start losing. That's why it's important to try to be as best as we can on our time management the whole time.
Yeah, I see. Changing the price, you told me this is what it is.
Yeah.
Right? Yeah.
Our price is our price. The weather screws us over. Well, that's on us. So, when we go into it, it's okay. We know everything works great. In 5 days, we're good. I'm going to put 8 days.
Mm-hmm.
I don't want to, because you get too far ahead of yourself. You start losing jobs because now you're above your price of where you need to be.
Exactly. Yeah.
So it's like you're saying, I have to be tight on which directions I go.
So maybe it's a little too exposing, but I have mistakes too. What's a job? Could you share a moment where you bid something and you got the job and it was just way underbid it, or something went wrong, or I'd love to hear a story.
All right. I did work for a general contractor. I won't say their name because we split hairs, but we were out doing a job and my subcontractor gave me a great price for floor tam sod to be placed out on a golf course. Mm-hmm. So I'm thinking I'm all happy, man. That's great. I think it was around 17 grand on this job by going with this guy. And I'm all happy, shits and giggles. He gave me square feet instead of square yards.
Oh.
So he was way under what he was actually supposed to be. So luckily, the association wanted a lot more work done on top. So I was able to do a change order and add work and was able to cover that cost. Mm-hmm. But it was one of those, oh crap moments.
Yeah.
Like, everybody has them. And I'm to this. I'm 2.5 years, almost 3 years into estimating. I didn't grow in this. My job was inspecting and project administrator, utility coordinator, QC manager, and superintendent. Mm-hmm. So, estimates I've seen and I've had to deal with just to make sure my contractors are installing like they're supposed to be. But doing the breakdowns and knowing the numbers has helped me a lot to understand why the contractors were so, back in the days when I was doing inspections on like, well, no, that's outside the contract. That's outside the contract. I'm getting it a little bit more now because, we over here at Gulf, we don't like doing change orders. We want to make sure we do it right and we get everything in there the first time. So we're not coming back and like, hey, change orders. Because after a while, too many change orders, nobody wants to work with you. Because
Yeah.
are you really doing your job? Are you really
Yeah.
looking at your plans?
Yeah. So you said a little bit more why contractors say, "Hey, that's outside of my contract. That's not in the contract." When you
Hmm.
were an inspector, can you talk a little bit more about that? You were an inspector for who, inspecting what, and why were contractors saying this?
So I started back in 2000 all the way up to 2023. So I
Mm-hmm.
worked as an inspectorate all the way up to a project administrator for FDOT with private CEI companies.
Mm-hmm.
So your Metric Engineerings, your Eisman and Russo's, your Ally, and your Universal Engineerings. I've
Okay.
worked with those companies, and our job was always to make sure that the contractors were within a tenth of their grades when we did our roads or our asphalt, to make sure that the
Yeah.
asphalt's at a certain temperature and stuff like that. And there was always times you go out there and it's like, hey, look, I know it's outside of the plans, but can we'll say asphalt, in this triangle there's a 50 square foot area, can you add asphalt? Well, no, it's outside. Well, finding out, when you
Yeah.
start digging more into it, yeah, the cost of asphalt's $165 a ton, but then you got to add the man hours, and you add this,
Mm-hmm.
that, and this, and now it's more understandable. On like, hey, look, I get it now. Like, oh, you want an extra 5 yards of
Yeah.
concrete? Well, it's around $120 a yard. That's
Yeah.
before we even add my cost to it yet.
Yeah.
We don't want to go outside of our
Yeah. I don't
contract
want to
amount.
do that.
Yeah,
So, if you could go back and do what you're doing with the understanding that you have today, what would change?
I'd be a GC
Okay.
myself.
Really?
Yeah, oh yeah. I go and get my own license and go and do my own. I'm building my fourth house by myself.
Okay.
So I
Really?
built three, four, yeah, my parents, and I'm finally building one for me.
Boy, your parents got three before you?
Yeah. Well, hey, you always got to take care of your parents.
It's true. No, that's true. That's
So,
true.
yeah. So, yeah, I would go back and actually get my GC license
Wow.
and actually go through. I mean, years ago, I had a scholarship and I should have went
Yeah.
and done that for agriculture,
Mm-hmm.
but I went straight into construction.
Yeah.
Hurt my back,
Mm-hmm.
ripped my back from my tailbone up into my neck. So that took
Yeah.
me out of doing physical labor. So that's why I got into inspections.
Ah, I see. I see. I see. Yeah. Wow. So you could have had a totally different path.
Oh yeah,
You could have, but it still does sound like you have you've over the past couple of years you made a big change in your trajectory.
yeah. I took myself to the field.
Yeah.
I put myself inside the office and took a lot of stress off of my back too. That was another thing.
And physically and figuratively.
Nah, mentally, I had a
Ah.
heart attack about a year ago. So
Wow.
yeah, so that one of my changes too of not being in the field as much. So I'm not arguing with inspectors
Yep.
and other people all the time. I'm taking care of numbers. I'm more or less stressing, making sure my numbers are right,
Yeah.
that I win jobs and my guys keep food on their table.
That's really good. Yeah, it's good, man. I mean, but that's a lot of responsibility when you
Yeah.
have to provide the jobs for the guys and they're ready to work hard and they're showing up every
Oh
day
yeah.
at 8 a.m. and whatever, you know. But you've got the stress of I need to make sure I get jobs for these guys because they're
Yeah.
relying on me.
These guys, they rely on me to make sure they have food on their table.
Yeah.
Now, that's that's not how it now. Is it
Yeah.
true? No, those guys can go and get a job, and do whatever.
Yeah.
But
Yeah.
to me, to make sure I stay humble and
Mm-hmm.
on my line of path is to
Yeah.
make sure that I understand, like, these guys won't eat, and if they don't eat, I don't need to eat. I
Yeah.
don't need to make a paycheck if they're not making a paycheck.
Yeah. Yeah. That high level of responsibility.
Yep.
You know, that's so good. Well, that's awesome, Brian. So Southern Gulf Construction, that's probably 44 years, something like that.
Yeah, since '86 they've been around.
Yeah. So that's incredible. That's a lot of years.
Yeah, a lot
So
of years.
anything with concrete, you guys, you know it, you've done it.
Yep.
Not a problem. You've got the team to do it.
Yes, sir. Yep. And we like I say, anything. So it could be erosion control with concrete all the way up to doing a 3-story hotel.
That's so great. And you're in Southwest Florida, right? Just a little bit. Tell us, just so our viewers know what the areas are that you serve.
So our areas will travel around 100 miles
Okay.
north, west, and south. That'll
Mhm.
take us from Naples to Tampa, over to Bartow, into
Okay.
Miami, and down into Marco Island.
Oh,
And
wow.
yeah.
Wow. You'll do stuff down there.
Oh yeah. Well, I mean, Naples and Marco Island, they're about 40 minutes from us.
You know, I've always kind of thought like Naples area, it's just like a different world.
Oh man, it's old money.
Yeah, that's for
Old
sure.
mafia.
Yeah, it is. But it's like it's so far removed. It's almost like the Keys. It's so
Yep.
far removed from everything else. You have Naples here, you have Everglades, and then you have Miami.
Yeah.
And then like a little bit north above Naples, after a little while, you eventually get to, Fort Myer, Tampa, right?
Yeah, yeah. You get Fort Myers into Charlotte County and
Yeah,
Tampa and
but
stuff.
Naples just seems so far removed away on the southwest edge of Florida, and like nobody knows about it or nobody goes
Yep.
there, sort of thing, you know?
Well, that's you know who Al Capone is, right?
Yeah.
A lot of his money went into Naples because he had a hideaway in the Everglades.
Oh, really?
Yeah, he actually, if you go out to the Everglades, he still have his house up. It's actually a historical site. And
No
it was
way.
his hideaway back in the 30s to get away from the cops and stuff. He would come down here from Chicago.
Oh my goodness, that's a
I'm
hike.
a history buff too. So here in Lee County, where we are,
Uh-huh.
we were huge in World War II and World War One. So Sanibel and Captiva were our bombing ranges.
Oh wow.
We used to, and right now they're the high end places to build
Yes,
houses.
they are. They are.
But
Yeah.
in the 30s, they were bombing ranges. They would fly out of Page Field in Buckingham Airport and fly over there. It's about a 15-minute flight, and they would bomb the ranges there and then
No
come back.
way.
Yeah, and then we had a bunch of out in Lehigh area. We had a bunch of circle tracks with Jeeps on them,
Hmm.
and they would put a target on it and put it in gear, and it would run in that track in a circle. And the guys with their 50 cals up on the banks would learn how to shoot moving target.
Wow.
And that's what the Jeeps are for. As they go around in a circle on the track, the
Wow.
guys with the 50 cals would learn how to shoot. Because if you hunt or skeet shoot or that, you got to lead it.
Yeah.
So that's what they were teaching them how to do, back in the 30s. So it's neat to see how it's changed too with that developments.
Yeah, that's just crazy. The stuff that just the way that society operated 50, 100 years ago, just so different from today.
Their concrete was crazy back then. It took a little longer to harden, but man, now I don't know if you know, but concrete never stops curing. Concrete
Yeah.
always cures. It's always hardening. So
Mhm.
imagine the dam with 3 to 5 inch aggregate sizes.
Yeah.
And they
Yeah.
were dumping that. I think there was like 5 or 6 people that were buried alive in
Yeah.
the Hoover
Yeah.
Dam.
That's just crazy, man. But you know what though? By and large, concrete is like the oldest material that for construction, like
Rome
from the
made it,
beginning of
right?
time.
The Greeks made it with
Yeah.
fly ash, and that's how they found out about it.
Yeah. So in a lot of ways, it hasn't changed. There are some great innovations with it for sure.
Yeah.
Steel and concrete, that was huge. Figuring that out was huge. But for the vast majority of it, it's really stayed the same.
It stayed the same. The thing a lot is our chemicals that we put in it.
Mhm.
And that's just to harden it up faster or make it stronger.
Yeah.
And but you're right. Your fly ash, your stone, your cemented ash, all that pretty much stayed. None of that has changed.
Yeah. That's just amazing. That really fascinates me. How resilient, and it's funny because that's what concrete is. It's resilient.
Well, and it comes back to our roads too. The way that the Romans built the roads is still just kind of way of how we still build it. We still build with a sub-base material, then a hardened asphaltic concrete material on top of it. And it's funny to see that we're still doing the same thing. We're just, doing it with a different style of materials at the end.
Yeah. Yeah.
Even our bedding, stone, and everything is still roughly stayed the same.
Yeah, that's amazing. Well, thank you, Brian. I really here on the show. It's been great to hear about construction in particular, Southern Gulf construction in Southwest Florida, and that 100-mile radius. It sounds like you can tackle any job just about that has to do with construction. And I would bet if there happens to be you, or it's not something that you guys really focus on, you probably know somebody who does.
Oh yeah, I know enough civil roadway builders and contractors down here. If you need roads done or you need anything underground, we can get it taken care of. No offense, buts.
Yeah, that's awesome. All right, well, that's southerngulfconstruction.com. Appreciate it very much, Brian. Really, really appreciate your time today. Thank you.
Yeah, thank you. I really appreciate it, sir.
Yeah, we'll see you.
Bye.